Fine. Okay, first do is replacing Firehouse, which is what we all call NFIRS. It's the National Incident Reporting System. All of our fire calls and EMS calls have to go get reported to this so that the National Fire Academy and the U.S. Fire Administration has all the data to do whatever it is they do. It has a bunch of modules which we'll talk about, but for now, the only module we really care about is the incident reporting module, because that's what's going to replace NFIRS. It has a bunch of other stuff. The county career department is planning to use a bunch of the other modules for their training, stats, and whatnot. The volunteers, they're not expecting us to use that right now. It's not, I don't know how it works, they don't know how it works, and it's not even in place yet. So don't worry about any of the other modules. The official switchover is on January 1st. They want to go live with First Due on December 16th to try to shake out any bugs, which I'm sure, given this county's track record, will be numerous. So in about a week, we are going to switch over, stop using NFIRS. We're going to start using First Due. Let's see. Supposedly, they're planning to do this in quarterly phases. It's not going to happen. But as additional features roll out, I guess we'll have to schedule additional trainings. But right now, we're just worried about incident documentation is the big one. I'm not even worried about training because we're not going to use it. And hydrants, which I'll show you. Okay. Supposedly, they're planning to do what's called responder view. Has anybody used First Due before with any other department? Okay. Do you use responder view?
I don't sit in that seat, sir.
Okay.
Steering wheel front.
Got it.
Yes.
There is a responder view that is what our CAD probably should have been, but wasn't. So it will include pre-plans for all of the addresses that we respond to, routing, hydrants, all the stuff that P1 should have done. They're telling us that this will not replace P1. I think they're saying that because that would be admitting that they made a terrible mistake. But as I understand it, it will functionally replace P1. We can indicate our response status using the responder view and do all the things that Motorola seems incapable of. Okay, if you have a device with you and you want to follow along, you can. For those of you who are new to the department or to the station, you might not be in here yet because they took an old version of the staff records and imported it instead of taking the current version. I don't know. But if you would like to follow along, you can log into this test site. This is a test site, so anything you do is just going to get wiped away. You can mess around with it if you'd like. Your email addresses are not going to be in there yet because they don't have your email address. At the end of this training, you're going to sign a roster by filling out a Google form. That is they're going to use that to associate your email address with your account and give you login credentials. For now, what you can try, and I'm not making any promises that it will work, is instead of your email address, use your 6-digit LOSAP number at bcvfa.vol. So for me, it would be 320445 at bcvfa.vol, and your password is First Due, all lowercase. And I'm going to wait a second. If anybody successfully gets in, would you let me know? It's your 6-digit LOSAP number at bcvfa.vol.
No, I'm getting incorrect email password combination.
Cool. Anybody get in? Jonathan, you're on the Test Daily site?
Testdaily.firstdue.com, 320450 at bcvfa.vol. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I've tried a couple of LOSAP numbers. Some of them work. Anyway, Doesn't matter, you don't need to follow along. Oh. No. No, that's not what came up. Testdaily.firstdo.com, you typed in bcvfa.org. Yeah, it's being recorded. When we go live, the website will be firstdo.com. So you'll ignore the test daily and just go to firstdo.com. If you want to try signing in to that site with your credentials, you can go ahead and try it. I wouldn't expect anything to work until after we fill in the roster at the end of the class.
And once we fill out the roster, then we'll get an email and then we'll.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll get an email, but yeah, that's the right one. But they will associate the email address you provide them with your account.
You'll take care of that?
Somebody will take care of that. Okay, a couple big changes is that First Do is accessible from any device. So you don't have to be in the station to do these reports. You can do them from your phone, you can do them from home, you can do them from the front seat of the apparatus on the way back from the call. You can log in from anywhere you have an internet connection. How that's going to work when stations terminate members and they can log in from their bed and start messing with reports, couldn't tell you. It's a basic website. There's a menu on the left. Dashboards, not helpful information. What we're interested in here is this second to bottom one on the left, incident documentation. That's what's going to replace NFIRS. Okay, there are a couple people, just like eMeds, that have super user credentials for the West Battalion. You can see there in the first column. Those are the ones you can call with issues. Unfortunately, I nor any of the volunteers can help you with any of this. I don't know if the OIT help desk can reset passwords yet. I do know that somebody requested a password reset already, and they called me to find out how to reset the password. So I don't think OIT is quite up to speed on First Do yet. We'll play that by ear. What? Yeah. Do I have a gavel? The site has tutorials and instructions, but they're not specific to us. They're just generic how to use First Do, so you probably won't find them tremendously helpful. Okay, that was the intro presentation. We're going to move right along to the incident documentation module. Okay, so from the menu, you're going to click on Incident Documentation. There's only one option under Incident Documentation, and it's Fire Incident List. It says Fire Incident List. It's actually Fire and EMS. That's where all the calls go. So whether you're on the AMBO or on the fire trucks, you're going to hit Fire Incident List. And you're going to see a big list of incidents. You're going to see the entire county's worth of incidents for the last 15 days. And we will talk about how to filter that for our calls. I'm going to open up a web browser after this to go through it. But you can change the time period you're searching. You can look for incomplete reports only, and you can filter by station so you can find your station's reports. The filter is not in a very obvious location. So up here, this top rectangle here, this is your filter rectangle, which is not labeled, but you're going to click Edit to edit the filters. And then you'll see your list of potential filters here, and you can look for what you need. This is not all the filters, so if you want to filter by station, you actually have to click that arrow on the right to expand the list of filters to see all the filters, and then you can search by unit search by station, shift, whatnot. Again, for looking for omitted apparatus narrative, that's what's going to show you your incomplete reports. So it's not labeled incomplete, it's labeled omitted apparatus narrative. Same
Is
thing.
AMBO 325 and Medic 325 two separate entries over there?
We'll find out when I log in after this. Same responsibilities as NFIRS. So if you are the primary unit on the call, you are responsible for the main report as well as your unit. If you are a secondary unit, you are only responsible for your unit. So you would just fill out your staff and the narrative, and you'd be done. If you have questions about whether or not you're the primary unit, ask one of the officers. Generally, for suppression calls, it's the first arriving unit. For medical calls, it's the transport unit, and for medical boxes, it's going to be the suppression piece that is dispatched. So, in your list of incidents, there are two buttons that you will need to click. If you are the primary unit, you're going to click this little play button. That is the I would like to fill out this report button. And you're going to be met with a bunch of fields. As of the training that I took, the validation was not working. So it did not tell you what fields were mandatory and highlight them in red until you tried to save the report. And then it would go back and tell you, well, you missed this field, this field, this field, this field. I don't know if they corrected that. So fill out what's red, hit save, fill out what's red again, iterate until there's no more red. If you are the secondary unit, you're not going to hit the play button because that opens the main report body. You're going to hit the little, I guess that's a box truck or a very bad rendering of an ambulance. You're going to hit that third blue truck button, and that is going to open just the incident, just the unit part of the incident. So just for your unit. If you are one of those secondary units and you've hit that unit button, you're going to have to select your unit from the list of apparatus name. Let's see. The county stressed this several times. They said, although not all the fields are required in the validation, they do want you to fill out as much as possible. So any information that you think is important for this report, fill it out even if the field is not red. I know nobody's going to do that, but I'm just passing the message along. For all the fields, there are drop-down menus, or you can start typing, and the matches will appear. Click Save or Complete after each tab is completed. So this will make any required fields appear in red. So this is what I was talking about. The validation seems to not work until you try to save it. The Response tab, that's the... I'm not sure if that's the responder view or something else. This is the response tab of the incident report. So just like NFIRS, most of this data comes in from CAD, address, incident number, dispatch type. Similar to NFIRS, what you need to fill out is what you found when you got there, correct the location if the location was wrong from CAD, primary indoors. If it is a fire call, it will make this field mandatory, and you will need to determine whether this fire was primarily indoors or outdoors.
That's a lot more information for a fire versus a brush fire.
Like eMeds, if the incident location is the same as the dispatch location, you can just click this toggle and it will fill out the incident location automatically from the dispatch location. There's your primary indoors checkbox. The apparatus tab. Okay, this is actually important. Don't delete units. We delete units in NFIRS for various reasons. Do not delete units, and here is why. The data comes from CAD, and every, a few minutes, CAD syncs its data to first due. If you delete a unit out of first due, you have not deleted it out of CAD, and the next time CAD does that sync, it's just going to put the unit right back in. And so you're gonna have an incomplete report. So if you delete that unit, they're just gonna push it right back in the next sync cycle and it's gonna be listed as incomplete. Don't delete units. If you're dispatched by mistake, or it's a ghost tone, or you broke down halfway there, whatever, put it in the narrative. Put it in the narrative and close out the incident. Don't delete the unit off the call.
The ghosts aren't gonna show up.
I don't know. I don't know. I asked them about this. They looked at me like I had three heads. I don't know. Guess we'll find out. It says down here, ghost alerts will not be uploaded to First Due.
Okay. And they're not uploaded right now, the NIFRs.
Okay. Good, great. If they do get uploaded by mistake, don't delete them. Nothing you do is going to stop this CAD sync from happening. So just write ghost tone, mistaken, whatever. So in the main body of the report, you can access all of the units that are on the report, just like NFIRS. So the little unit button basically is a shortcut to clicking on the unit from the main body of the report. They both take you to the same place, but clicking on the unit button skips having to go through the whole report to get there. To modify your apparatus, you're going to click the little edit button next to your unit. You're going to fill out the response mode. You are going to leave this switch on. Was the unit in its assigned station when dispatched to this call? Leave it on, doesn't matter what, doesn't matter if you're filling in somewhere, just leave it on. If you were canceled or you staged, you can leave the next switch off, where any actions taken as part of this incident response. So if you did something, you have to toggle this on. If you didn't do anything, leave it off, and then you can fill out the actions taken. It says here that this will default to the cancel options unless you toggle this switch. So if you leave this switch off, you're gonna have like, canceled en route, canceled before response, or staged. If you flip this on, you're gonna have the whole list of actions taken, suppression, search and rescue, whatever. Size up tab, only for fireboxes. They're gonna ask you all the usual questions: property type, ignition source, fire spread. Apparently, they're automatically populating a weather tab, so you know what the weather was when they dispatched the call. So just for some background here, part of the reason they're doing this is, number one, I think NFIRS is being sunset nationally, and they're all switching over to NERIS, N-E-R-I-S. It's the next iteration of NFIRS. But the county also got a junky ISO rating, and they're looking to improve it. So they're collecting all kinds of data that they're planning to submit with their next ISO audit. I guess maybe weather factors in there somehow. People involved. So this is victim information. So we're not putting medical victims in here. That goes in EMEDS. This is fire victims. So the owner of the vehicle, owner of the house. The command and safety and operations are not required, but might be helpful. I think this is probably not for us, because this is going to be done on a major incident that has, an incident commander and potential maydays. So this is something that the career command staff can fill out.
On the bottom, it looks like it's action, because if you were canceled on a fire alarm,
Actions.
now it's canceled and canceled. NIFRS won't let you do anything besides cancel a route, But we can do you can go fire alarm, cancel a route, proper codes. We have to hit switch.
We'll look at the actions when we open it up. I don't know what's in there. Information tab. You may or may not have required fields here. Fireboxes, car accident, CO calls. This tab will need to be completed. Regular medical calls, you will not need to complete it. Construction type, property value, property loss, floors above grade. And the department narrative is a required field. So this is in the wrap-up tab. There are templates that you can use for the narrative. Basically, it just pre-fills a bunch of information into the narrative. You may find them useful. Unfortunately, none of those templates are particularly extensive. It's usually 1 or 2 sentences that you could probably type yourself in the time it takes you to find it. But we'll go through the templates there. Member completing the report will automatically fill in whoever you are, whoever's logged in, and you will just need to click on your name and sign the report. Okay, so here are the templates. They've got one for canceled, EMS calls, lift assist, unit assisting medic, and unit canceled, and it just puts in like one sentence that says like canceled en route. It's not, you're not getting a whole lot out of it. When you have finished your report, click complete and then close. If you do not click complete and you click save before closing the report, it will show as incomplete. So in order to have it marked as complete, you must click the complete button. Just filling out all the fields is not going to complete it. Even if you filled everything out and all the required fields are done, you actually have to click the complete button. We are not using payroll summary or attachments. Okay, if you just click on the apparatus button, you're just filling out your apparatus, this is what it looks like. You will select your apparatus, you will select your response. There's an option for unit canceled. The time should auto-populate. If canceled, switch this on. They got that backwards. If canceled, leave this off. If not canceled, switch this on. And then fill out the actions tab. Adding personnel, same as NFIRS. I actually don't think that they have LOSAP numbers loaded in here. So you will have to search by name. So if you were used to knowing everybody's LOSAP number and punching it in real quick, now you've got to search by name. What they're doing with people who have identical names, I don't know yet. So I know there's a bunch of seniors, juniors, thirds in the county. I don't know if they have the suffix in there. Don't ask me questions. I don't have answers. You have now seen all the material that I have seen. So we're going to do a
We can't make directories.
directories.
Yeah, like 32, so when we look people up, people just pull up.
Oh no.
If Anderson, there's gonna be a lot of Andersons in the county versus only one Anderson.
If this is anything like First Due that we use
Yes, please.
in Anne Arundel County, you won't do that within the incident tab. There is a way that you can log crews in, whether you cross staffing or independent staffing, on a different view. When you first brought up all the things on one side, for the place to put crews in.
Okay, give me.
Preload.
You can preload it.
Okay. So your top 30 riders can be in there.
Well, I don't know about that. If you have a night crew, say 4 guys are gonna be on the same vehicles all night, you can put it in like that.
So I do know that right now the county has synced this to Telestaff, and the career units will populate automatically from Telestaff. I was told that the volunteers have no such capabilities, even for crews, but maybe I'm wrong.
If you come out of incidents, and you go to the left,
Hold
go to
on.
the home screen for First Due, there should be a tab there for the roster.
Want my other screen back. Okay, people online, can you see my First Due screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. So it looks like what they've done here, which was one of my suggestions, was that the default will automatically filter for incomplete reports from your station. So this was, when I took what I would loosely call a training, this was not here up top, these filters, and you had to manually choose them. It looks like they successfully made that the default, which is probably what we want 99.9% of the time. they have this thing called saved views here. So if it does, for whatever reason, those filters do not populate, you can choose the saved view for Pikesville. And it should put all of those back in. Let me just try resetting it and see what happens. Get rid of all my filters, choose the saved view for Pikesville. Yeah, okay, so if those filters do not auto-populate, choose the saved view for Pikesville and it will show you all of our incomplete reports. So let's,
The second one at the top is all values have to be all open. Calls for,
omitted apparatus.
right?
Oh, that is everybody, you're right. I have to get rid of this.
No, that's good.
Well, I see the entire county.
No, that would be for 32, I would think.
Yeah, like 32 though, usually.
I would think that would be everything for 32,
Yeah, like last.
which is a way to see what we have open.
Hold on, maybe.
Because it pulls just those are all our.
All values, oh,
All the possibilities.
Oh, okay, so all values means show me all incomplete reports, and then it further filters by each of the, yes,
Okay, good.
yes, correct. So you may not see your unit on this screen because it only shows the first arriving unit. So for example, this second call here, first arriving unit was engine 301. And so let's fill out the, let's just hit the edit apparatus for that report. So now you can select your apparatus from the list of apparatus dispatched on the call. Unfortunately, it does not auto-populate whether an ambulance is EMS or suppression. So this is just what it looked like in the PowerPoint. Leave this on, unit canceled. If you're canceled, do this. You can choose prior to dispatch acknowledgement, prior to en route, while en route, or on scene. Otherwise, you can come down here where any actions taken. So if you didn't do anything, if you literally just staged, you can leave this off. Actually, let's see what the actions taken look like. All right, here. Canceled, staged, no incident found. So if any of those apply, you can leave this toggled off. If you did something, here are all the things you can do. So at your own leisure, take a look through this list. Kind of try to know what's in there so you know what to select. I think most of ours are going to be probably under remove hazard, investigate, provide light. Here, probably most of what we're going to need is under provide services, suppression, ventilation. Have personnel been entered? Yes. 3 items. I'm actually not sure why this have personnel been entered thing is here, because there's a personnel tab, but we're going to find out in a second. Okay, saving apparently closes it out. So don't save until you've finished all the tabs. Personnel. Hamburger. Broth.
man, I feel bad for that guy.
Yeah.
Man, being a Cubone medic, oh boy. Hope I was driving.
So, okay, so they do have suffixes in here for people with the same name, but there are people who have the same name regardless of suffix. Well, not our problem. Do we have anybody who has the exact same name in this fire station?
In our fire station? Yes. No.
All right. How do I get out of this? Look, we're learning together. Isn't this fun? Just the little X. Nope.
We got 2 personnel clicked. Hit two.
We have to hit save.
I do have to hit save. Unfortunately, save is off the page when you're viewing the full list, so I guess when you enter your last person, just make sure to hit save then. Okay. And then your unit narrative. So here are your narrative templates. Let's see what happens if I click. Yeah, so if this unit was canceled en route, assist medic, ambo, this sort of saves you about 10 keystrokes. You can select whatever and then hit save. And in theory, this should actually satisfy our requirement to fill out this report. Looks like it doesn't automatically get removed from the list. Let me, requested apparatus does not exist. Nice.
Very intuitive.
Let me try refreshing the view and seeing if that report still shows up.
But that was first arrived, so it should be different than that.
No, because engine 301. Okay, so it's gone because we did our part and we're not the primary unit, so it's off the list. For the whole report,
Because I let you close, we know it was all accepted. You did everything that was necessary.
I guess.
Okay, good.
Okay, so nothing is red right now. Kind of makes it hard to know where to start.
On the left side, it's telling you what needs to be done, one and one.
Yeah, you would think, except let's see what happens when I hit save. Okay. There are validation errors. EMS, response mode emergent. Provide transport. Let's be real. Actually, I wonder, is there a template for that? EMS calls. Let's see what the template says. See EMEDS. Look at that. I didn't fill something out. So there's going to be some trial and error with the validation. Things will, yeah, it's going to be fun. I figure once we get the hang of this and we do this enough times, we'll know what fields
What the minimum is?
become red. So I'm actually not sure.
So we're actually not learning anything right now.
I'm not sure why this is red. Any thoughts? Here, let's see what happens if I, oh, okay, if you have personnel been entered, I guess you have to toggle that on. I'm not sure why. I should know whether your personnel have been entered.
Still validation.
You want to try that?
Response mode and error.
Trade, give and receive.
I guess it's.
Response mode and narrative.
Response and non-emergency.
Hold on. Is that, see, I'm trying to figure out if those validation errors are referring to the unit or the call as a whole.
You can't click on response mode, can you?
Response mode, I have a,
You have to click on response mode and put something in there.
yeah,
And you click right there and pretty much where you gotta go.
no.
Yeah, we're good.
Well, let's response mode.
You had a slot that said
It's on the
response
bottom.
mode that was empty.
It's on the very bottom, where it says station response. Keep on, there you go.
For us,
Aid given, receive, that's the
you had, okay, but you had one that said response mode.
Yeah, I was on the apparatus and I filled it out.
Well, it was empty when you clicked off of it last time.
Hold on. Here?
I don't know, wherever you were, it was blank. There, response mode, blank.
All right.
Now I can't answer you, but I can tell you it wasn't there.
Well, let me try saving it and see if
You
it,
can save here or anything. All right, great.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you're
yeah.
gonna send us something with a drop form to,
Let's try, is there a response mode over here?
I'm gonna pretty much put anything in there that needs to make you go like that.
There's nothing, there's nothing in it. Everywhere it says,
You should have gone with
if you go
ERS.
pan down where it says actions,
You should have gone with ERS, would have been 1,000 times easier.
far right, it says actions.
Over here?
Well, it's saying the station response, I don't know what's the doing.
I don't think that's not what you think that is. It's in the apparatus field. It's telling me response mode required field. Response mode.
Hold on, go,
I'm 100% certain the response mode field is filled in. Let me try refreshing the page.
don't work, thank you, appreciate you taking the time to explain it to us. You're gonna send something out with a job form?
Yeah, stand by, let me find that. Oh,
Hey, nothing's on the left.
hey, cool, look at that.
Nothing's on the left.
So if your validation doesn't work, refresh the page.
No, that's what I said, it looks like it did refresh.
Wrap up, please see eMeds. See eMeds. Member completing report. Pending. Officer in charge. Oh, oh, oh.
Is it put yourself back in, oh, because you didn't remember, oh, so there's no place.
So it lists the two people who you already put on the call, and then it lists everybody else in alphabetical order. So let's say I make Andrew in charge.
Where did it refresh, just a standard refresh?
Literally refresh the web page, and then I'm going to mark it complete. See what happens.
The first save, then complete, or not?
First save to make sure there are no additional fields that pop up red. Then complete.
So keep it between the 16th and the 1st, we're not doing NIFRS, we're still doing NIFRS, and we're doing this.
We are not doing NFIRS starting on the 16th.
16th, we're no longer doing NIFRS.
Never remember.
Do I want to save the changes? There were no changes. I didn't change anything.
So keep it, this can be done on any computer. So it's-
Any
So
computer.
is the county getting rid of the county computer?
Probably not. But it can be done on any computer.
All right.
Don't go anywhere. Let me find the roster. And I do have to apologize for the quality of this class. I actually was not supposed to be the trainer. I attended one of their meetings as the county LoSAP contractor to try to figure out how we were going to push data from the LoSAP database into their site. Was not actually paying attention to the content of the course. But the important highlights are fill out what's red, mark your report complete when it's done, don't delete units off the calls, and the most important part is this roster that we all have to fill out. So let me go find that. Okay. That QR code. Give me 1 second, I want to put it on the Zoom.
Are we supposed to do that, or you're gonna do that?
Huh?
We can get that QR code?
I am screen sharing. No, you all have to scan this QR code